Hello everyone and welcome to this session. Today I'm going to give you some useful preparation tips that will help you prepare effectively for CAT exam. CAT is an important entrance exam. So the preparation tips that I'm going to share with you have been designed by consultation with all the faculty members that we have in time who have got decades of experience. All right. So do follow these preparation tips without fail so that you can excel in this entrance exam. So let's first and foremost understand what CAT exam is all about. This is an exam that is jointly conducted by the IIMs, Indian Institute of Management. There are 21 IIMs in India and they are situated across the country. These are regarded as the best places to pursue your MBA program. And these exams collectively they conduct CAT exam. But it's not only IIMs which accept CAT scores, but a lot of other premier non-IIM business schools are also there which accept CAT scores. Colleges like, let's say, SPJIMR Mumbai, or a college like MDI Gurgaon, or a college like, let's say, we have got IIFT or Tata Institute of Social Sciences. There is a long list of premier colleges, even IITs for that matter. So there is a long list of premier colleges which accept CAT scores other than IIMs. That's the reason when you write names of top 100 business schools in India, more than 80 of them, they are accepting CAT scores. So around 80% of the top business schools in India, they give you admission on the basis of CAT. That makes CAT the most important entrance exam for any MBA aspirant in India. That's the reason we call CAT mother of all entrance exam as far as management aspirants are concerned. Now this exam usually gets conducted on the last Sunday in November. And the results of this exam will be declared in December. And the IIMs and other top colleges, they invite you for interviews. They give interview calls starting from the month of January. The interviews itself usually happen in February, March and April, and the list of finally selected students will be out in the month of May. So this is tentative timeline of the admission process by these business schools. Now what is pattern of the exam? Let's understand that also. See, the examination has got 3 sections. Every section will have sectional time limit of 40 minutes. So because every section has a time limit, technically speaking, you are not writing one exam. You are actually ending up writing 3 separate entrance exams. So separate exam for English, separate exam for DINLR, separate exam for mathematics. But what exactly are the names of these sections? Let's understand that. So section 1 will be verbal ability and reading comprehension. 24 questions have appeared previous year in this section. Remember, reading comprehension is where they give you a passage and that will be followed by questions. Verbal ability, on the other hand, it can have variety of topics. It can have para jumbles, it can have para summary, para completion, right? So variety of questions can be there in verbal ability. So 24 such questions will appear in this section. And as I said earlier, every section will have 40 minutes of time limit. So only 40 minutes to do English. Second section in CAT will be data interpretation and logical reasoning. 22 questions have appeared in previous year in this section. Generally, the breakup is almost equal in both the areas, data interpretation and logical reasoning. Logical reasoning is simply puzzles. Generally, they give you puzzles. Data interpretation is where they give you data and you need to analyze it and you need to solve the underlying questions. Of course, nowadays, some questions are hybrid variety also, which will include both the concept of data interpretation and logical reasoning together also. So 22 such questions will appear. Then previous year in quantitative ability is nothing but mathematics. 22 questions have appeared in this section the previous year. And remember, the mathematics you get in CAT is school level mathematics. They generally don't go beyond 10th standard. So they generally limit themselves to 10th standard and lower than 10th standard for the questions that appear in CAT exam. So if you are a non-mathematics student, you don't have to get worried. You don't have to panic. You can comfortably manage this because all that it needs is good conceptual clarity. right? We will take care of it. We will deliver classes in such a manner that you will be able to manage it even if you're a non-math student. In fact, in time, what we do to help our student in tackling this section is we don't begin with directly solving questions in quant. We first and foremost offer quantitative ability revision kind of classes. We call them quant foundation classes. These foundation classes, they will revise all the basic concepts of maths that you might have learned long time back in school. Some of you, especially the ones who have moved away from mathematics after their school life, for you, those classes will be very much essential because we know that you may be scared of maths. You might have forgotten, you might have lost touch with maths. So we start with quant foundation classes where we'll revise the concepts that you have learned in school. So that will make you more comfortable when it comes to future classes of quant. So as I said earlier, 40 questions, 40 minutes per section. So all in all, it's a 2-hour entrance exam. And previous year, as you can see, you had total of 68 questions in the exam that you needed to do in 2 hours duration. Now remember, there are 2 types of questions that appear in CAT. You have multiple choice questions where 4 options are given to you. 1 is correct, 3 are wrong. If you get it right, they give you 3 marks. If you do it wrong, -1 will be given. And then few questions are non-multiple choice where options are not provided. You just have to type the final value. For these kind of questions, if you get it right, they give you 3 marks. If you do it wrong, 0 marks are awarded. No negative marking will be there for non-multiple choice questions. So this is simple pattern of CAT exam. Now let's understand how should we prepare for this particular examination. To begin with, the basics are very important for cracking this exam. Your basics should be crystal clear. Now, what do I mean by basic? Let's take few examples. For instance, in quant, understanding properly what is LCM all about, or what is HCF all about, or having awareness and having clarity and having memorized multiplication tables, for instance, or understanding how to convert percentages into fractions, right? How to convert fractions into decimal values, how to compare 2 fractions and how to decide which fraction is bigger and which fraction is smaller. That kind of clarity is what I want you to gain if you want to crack this exam. Basic concepts, basic fundas, they are very much essential. People tend to underestimate their importance. People generally they think that only solving very difficult questions is needed. But unless and until your basics are clear, you will not be able to crack higher difficulty level of questions. So when most of the students they say, "Sir, I am very weak in this," I always start by telling them to work on their basics. So basics are very crucial. So what we do in time is, whenever faculty members deliver classes, we never start with higher difficulty level. We start with absolute basic concepts. And we don't assume that our students would know these basics. We start with absolute basics so that every single student would gain from the classes that we are conducting. So even if you are somebody who has lost touch with basics, rest assured, our faculty members, they begin with those kind of basics so that people like you will be very, very comfortable. Now, you need to gain conceptual clarity. What do I mean by conceptual clarity? See, this is not an exam that can be cracked by simply memorizing formulas and substituting values in formulas. This is an entrance exam that rewards people who are creative, rewards people who have got good analytical bent of mind. Now, you can improve your analytical skills when you have conceptual clarity. So when you are learning a formula, don't just memorize it. Think how this formula came about in the first place. When can I use this formula? When I can't, what is the situation where this formula will not be applicable? Are there any constraints while I use this formula? That kind of conceptual clarity you need to gain. So once you gain that kind of conceptual clarity, you will perform better in CAT. And even when you're solving questions, look at those questions and think, can I solve these questions in any other alternative way? Is there any other shortcut that I can apply for this particular question? But mind you, do not rely only on shortcuts. One bad habit that some people have is they only want to learn the shortcut method and not the traditional method. This is absolutely not advisable. Learn both. In fact, start with the traditional method because remember, usually shortcuts will have constraints. Shortcuts will have certain boundaries. They can't be applied in every single question. So if you are only relying on shortcut, and God forbid on the day of exam you came across a question which was not possible to solve it with that shortcut method, and traditional method is actually what was needed, then you will not be able to crack this. So it's advisable that you should learn both the shortcut method as well as the traditional method of doing this. Then you will be very comfortable in CAT. Now, you need to practice, and you need to practice a lot with the right kind of study material. What do I mean by right kind of study material? Remember, the material that you get in time has been designed by our expert by analyzing previous years' papers of CAT. We understand the kind of questions that have appeared in CAT, and we model our questions on those lines so that you as a test taker, when you are preparing for CAT, you will get exposed to a variety of questions that have appeared in past, and you will be able to manage that situation. But interestingly, we also include some questions in our material which are different, which are maybe a little higher, of higher difficulty level, of more variety maybe there in our material than what has appeared in CAT. The reason for that is we want our students to be prepared for unforeseen situation also. What if you end up getting questions or type of questions which usually have not appeared in past? Even in that situation, time students will be comfortable because they would have been exposed to a variety of questions. And the way we design our material, we start with basic level, but we keep increasing the difficulty level in our material. So we cover wide range of difficulty level of questions, starting with absolute basic ones, and we go till CAT standard. Sometimes we go beyond CAT standard also, so that our students are prepared to handle any kind of difficulty level on the day of exam. Now, you definitely need to prepare for CAT by learning from experienced and gifted faculty members. So the faculty team that we have in time, they don't have years of experience. Majority of us have got decades of experience. So when you learn with faculty members, when you learn with teachers who have done it for years and years, who have seen students go through the kind of emotional roller coaster that usually students undergo when they are preparing for CAT, you will have a very good mentor. You will have got access to a very good guide who will hold your hand, and he will take you through, or who will take you through the entire process, and you will come out with flying colors. Our faculty members have not only got good conceptual clarity, they don't just have got good subject knowledge, but they're also good at motivating the students to work hard. And they will also share with you the roadmap as to how should you go about preparing for the exam. Whenever you are feeling a little demotivated, you can approach them for advice. If they will not only help you in your preparation for CAT, but they will also help you in choosing which colleges to apply, which exams to write. And our CAT program will not just help you in preparing for CAT, it will help you in preparing for other management entrance exams like XAT, NMAT, SNAP, etc. It's a comprehensive program, and our faculty members will deliver it in such a manner that students would be able to do well not only in CAT but also in the other entrance exams that I mentioned. So that is what you can expect from the faculty members. Now, writing best mock series is advisable. Which is the best mock series that we have in India? Of course, it is aimcat. All India mock CATs are designed by time so that students of time, they get to compete with some of the most serious test takers when it comes to a CAT exam. So when you write aimcat, you are competing against the best of competitors. So excelling in aimcat is a sure shot sign that you will excel in CAT exam. And the aimcats have been designed by a team which is led by somebody who is alumnus of IIM Ahmedabad. He and his team has designed set of questions which are absolutely fabulous, and every single aimcat that we offer, it contains questions which are extremely creative, imaginative, and they prepare you to tackle CAT exam very comfortably and come out with flying colors. So when you write aimcat, you will be able to figure out what are your stronger areas and what are your weaker areas. And once you analyze your performance, once you are able to figure out what are your stronger areas and what are your weaker areas with proper analysis of your aimcats, you will be able to take remedial action. You can make a list and say that these are the questions that are repeatedly troubling me in aimcat. And then you can go to rest of the study material that time has given, and you can prepare effectively with those kind of questions so that in future your performance will improve. And time offers lot of aimcats. So when you get a lot of aimcats, when you're writing aimcat almost every other week when you're preparing, that's what will give you regular practice for these entrance exams. That's the reason what time students say to us when they succeed in this exam, what they tell us is, they say, sir, every single aimcat that I have written, right, it has prepared me for the CAT examination. And they say, sir, I was never surprised in CAT. I never got shocked with CAT because I've been subjected to so many surprises, so many shocks with aimcats that I got used to it, and I developed the ability to spontaneously come up with an approach that will help me out. So that's the reason people have succeeded in cracking this exam when they join time. aimcats definitely plays a major role. But again, it's not aimcat alone. The faculty members, the classes that we deliver, the study material that we provide, the kind of mentorship that we offer, is a complete package. Now, it's very important that you stay motivated during the entire period that you are preparing for the exam. As I said earlier, there will be ups and downs in the journey of every student. Sometimes you will perform well, sometimes you may not perform well, sometimes you may feel demotivated. But what is essential is you should not give up. Never give up, my friend. Keep working at it. Keep working at it. And if you're a time student, approach faculty members. Ask them for guidance. Sir, I'm not able to cope up. What can I do? The kind of experience our team has got, they will definitely be able to suggest a remedial action that will help you in again gaining that motivation, and you will be able to come out with flying colors. So friends, remember, the tips that I have shared in this particular video, it needs to be implemented. And if you want further guidance, do approach us, walk into the nearest time office or visit time website for further guidance with regard to how to go about preparing for this exam. So if you liked the video, please do hit the like button and share it with other friends of yours, classmates of yours, colleagues of yours who may also be aspiring to join IIMs and other prestigious business schools for pursuing their MBA program. Thank you everyone for watching this video.